Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here. In today's video, I'm going to go over the returns from Heritage. So I participated in the Orlando Collecticon $1,000,000 box break, where they broke a Beta Magic box, Pokemon base set first edition, MetaZoo Kickstarter, and a Yu-Gi-Oh! Legend of Blue Eyes first edition booster box, I believe it was. I did make a video briefly touching on this, but now I actually have, you can see the two magic cards back along with their grades and the Kickstarter Bigfoot Full Hollow back with its grade. And the only thing that I'm missing is I did a video, I guess it's going to be Friday. You won't have seen it yet. I get messed up because I film these out of order sometimes. But you're seeing this on Wednesday, I think. Friday, I had a Plains and what was the other one? Oh, a Circle of Protection, I believe it was. That, the white Circle of Protection. So I sent those to CGC for grading. You'll see that on Friday. But here are my other pulls. Forest, Nettling Imp, Phantom Monster, Island, Fog, Hurloon Minotaur, Phantasmal Terrain, Mesa Pegasus, Disintegrate, Blue Elemental Blast, and Crawworm. And then I did have the Vesuvan Doppelganger and Channel. So, first half of this video, you're seeing the cards now. Second half of the video, I'm going to discuss my buy-ins to box breaks over the past year and a half. I've got a bit of a problem in that I like to gamble a bit too much opening sealed product. These ones, unfortunately, I wasn't able to open myself, but I did bring with me the Pokemon Saves the World event that I went to down in Vegas last fall. I purchased a base set first edition, base set Shadowless, and a base set Unlimited pack, and I was able to open those myself. Great event, got great hits. Even though I got some great hits, I lost some money. So I'm going to do the second half of this video talking a little bit about like how much money I spent on box breaks, even getting good pulls. I mean, 1 out of third rate, you're going to get a full hollow. And I got the Bigfoot. It graded the 9. Gary opened this, King Pokemon. Big fan of Gary's. I met him at Worlds in 2019. I ran into him at Orlando and chatted with him for a while there as well. Going back several years, I've just talked to him on E4 a lot, and yeah, so it's really cool. I actually do have a personal copy that I bought raw and then graded it a 9, but this is going to take over for the spot in my personal collection because I have the attachment of having a friend having opened it for me at an event that I attended in person. Nothing too notable in my other packs. I did have 2 packs for MetaZoo. Reverse Hollow Bunnyman was my other hit. And then you'll see the cards as we go through. Nothing too crazy, but I will go through. I do have a binder going for Kickstarter. I will, like, regardless of condition, this Snow Wasset is going to take over if I have another Snow Wasset in my binder, just because these are the cards that I have a little bit of connection to from the event. So, yeah, like, given that I got a good hit here, and it graded pretty well. I mean, a 9 out of 10 is pretty solid. I got the best hit you could get from Shadowless. I didn't get the best hollow you could get from base set first edition, but I got a pretty good one. As far as beta rares go, I guess we'll unveil the grades now. Kind of all over the place here, but both graded 8s. The centering on beta and a lot of the cuts on beta, just in general. I mean, you can see 1993. These cards are almost as old as me. These cards are going on 30 years old, which is just crazy to think. Vesuvan Doppelganger is a pretty solid card to hit for your rare. It's obviously not power. It's not a dual land, but as far as I understand, it's up there. When it was pulled, Jason Page opened my beta magic pack actually, and one of the cards got like stuck in the pack, and as it came out, it was in one of the like uncommon slots. So I'm like, wow, that must be a good uncommon. I actually recognize that. Rudy from Alpha Investments has this. I think he has a playmat of it, and he's had this in some backgrounds. I think he's talked about this art from time to time. So it was exciting to get an art that I was familiar with, that I had seen before. Come to find out it was my rare. But then channel as well is like a pretty decent, I forget if it's an uncommon or a common, but I got that one graded. I So buying the packs, it came with like one grading fee for each pack. I bought 2 Kickstarter and 1 Magic, but Heritage told me, which I was pretty happy with because I don't know what else I would have graded here. The Bigfoot was an easy call, but then I went with 2 Magics instead of like 2. I didn't want to grade the Reverse Hollow Bunny Man. So yeah, I mean, I've gotten good hits. The times that I gamble and I take the risk and go for like a box break. And even with them going, like I bought this beta magic pack for about 6 or 7,000. I bought a base set first edition, shadowless, and unlimited pack for $10,000. When there's been, I mean, a base set first edition box alone recently and around the same time had been selling for like 400,000, which would place the unweighed value of a pack from that box at over 10,000 by itself. So, like the prices that I paid for these were generally speaking less than market, and I still and I got decent hits and I still lost money. So like at some point I need to slow down or cease altogether my gambling in box breaks because I've had my fun and it's been a lot of fun, but I do need to be a bit more business minded. And as I speak, there's actually a Logan Paul box break being auctioned off on Golden. So I'm going to see if I can avoid bidding on those. The thing is, in my mind, I know that like I need to go more off of the expected value and not the market value. The thing is, I know what the market value is of like an unweighed pack if you were to take the box price and divide it down. But I need to look at the expected value. I need to be like, I should bid no more than $3,000 a pack probably on base set first edition. So we'll see if I can avoid the temptation there. But Beta Magic, I have started slowly buying some random beta cards here and there. The allure of potentially pulling power, just I couldn't get away from it. I mean, I hope some of these packs start going for closer to market and box breaks moving ahead so I don't end up winning them. But yeah, cool way to start off. Like I'm gonna start a beta binder and it's gonna be a very slow process, but to have like cards that were opened, I didn't open them myself, but to have cards that I got out of a pack, pretty cool way to start it. Obviously these are graded, so they're not going to fit into a binder well, but maybe I won't even go with a binder. Maybe I'll just go with graded, because eventually maybe most of these will be graded. I did send the 2 to CGC as I mentioned, but yeah, these are my returns from Heritage, the box break. I will do a brief spreadsheet here at the end just to show you exactly how much. We had about 10 grand here. We had about 7 grand here, and then I bought into some various whatnot streams over the past year or two as well, and definitely got to slow it down some, but it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, that's what I got. Let me know in the comments if you have the habit of buying into box breaks at all. I've always been of the opinion like sealed product was made to be open, so I want to participate in the opening of that as much as I can, but not a very business-minded, profitable endeavor, but it's fun. And yeah, these are going to be like, these are going to be like everything I consider inventory. Everything has a price. The prices of these specifically will be significantly higher than the market will ever agree with. So like these are unlikely to ever be sold. At some point or another, I might list them. My thoughts were like if this had graded a 10, I probably would have sold it. I would have kept some other cards from the pack as memento. But given that it sold an 8, graded an 8, I think it's worth maybe a couple $1,000 at best. That's probably just going to be a personal collection piece. So yeah, that's what I got from the break, and I will catch you over at the spreadsheet. Sorry for the letdown. I mentioned there was going to be a spreadsheet, but I opted to skip out on the spreadsheet because it was literally just going to be like adding 5 numbers together, and a little over 7 grand for the Heritage box break, a little over 10 grand for the Vegas Pokemon Saves the World box break. The cards that I already showed you, a couple other ones that I could find. I'm sure I bought into some more small whatnot streams here and there, but at the top here, I mentioned it was so this was 61 weeks ago, a little over a year ago, early 2021. I bought into a ZNG Emporium Rocket box break. I did hit 2 out of 3 hollows, so I've always had thus far. I shouldn't say always because I'm going to regress to the mean at some point, and that's part of my reasoning for like not wanting to keep buying into too many box breaks. So in this one, I went 2 for 3 hollows, not big hitter ones. Here comes Team Rocket Trainer and then Dark Hypno, but 2 out of 3 hollows, that's solid. I mean, 1 out of 3 is the expected rate. You will note that this whole week, Snorlax is on vacation. I've wanted to get to where I cycle backgrounds more, and it's more work than I realized just trying to like put things back there. I still have the Utica Club stuff, but I am gonna get some different shelving. I've got a million of those Pokemon sitting cuties and be able to cycle some different ones through there. Just a little background update on some of the things that I want to do and get some shelving back there so that I can diversify my background setup for people who might care, or probably no one cares about it, but I like to refresh it. Sometimes Snorlax is a bit of a hog of space in this area. So another one that I bought into, I wasn't supposed to go to the next picture. That was a palette of Shining Fates that I guess I decided to post on Instagram. I was supposed to go to the next tab. So Pokemon Radar 72 weeks ago. Now we're talking very early 2021. I bought 3 packs in a Pokemon Radar Whatnot break. I believe this was the first ever Whatnot auction I participated in, box break. And I went 3 for 3 with hollows. So I'll never forget this break. Like that's part of the thing. Like I could have gotten the memories, and I would have gotten the memories of Orlando without buying into the break and without getting the doppelganger and all that. But like this one specifically, I remember Gem Pokemon Zach was in the chat. Radar was doing the box break. The first like 10 or 11 packs that were opened were all non-hollows. So the second half of the box was like really juicy. And I bought 3 packs in the second half of the box, hit 3 hollows, 3 for 3 hollows. Crazy. These are still at PSA, I believe. I think I sent them in. I think I snuck them in just before they closed down, because these were open in like January of 2021. So still waiting on getting these back, I believe. I don't recall seeing these come back graded at any point. But another one, I almost went next image again, but next tab, if it'll go. This was another Pokemon Radar Whatnot break, and it looks like I can't even tell if these are hollows or not, but this was an unlimited rocket. You can see $17,000, $17,500 just between Heritage box break and Pokemon Saves the World. And then another, I mean, probably $20,000 I've spent on box breaks in the past 2 years, which is a lot. I did, part of the way that I like was able to justify or get my money back out of the Pokemon Saves the World one. I used to have a personal collection Shadowless 9 Charizard. Now my personal Shadowless Charizard has been upgraded to a PSA 8 that I pulled myself. So I would much rather have a PSA 8 that I pulled myself. Pack fresh, beautiful looking card. Got a little bit of white dots on the back, but the front of it's just beautiful. So I was able to sell that PSA 9 for like $6,000. So I'm not selling the card that I actually pulled. I fully spent the $10,000 keeping all the cards that came out from those packs, but I did sell a $6,000 like personal collection item to kind of supplant that. And then I used to have a PSA 9 first edition Magneton in my collection that I had just bought from the open market. Now I have one that I pack pulled myself. So again, an upgrade from a PSA 9 that I bought to a PSA 9 that I pulled myself. Same thing goes for the Bigfoot. I had one in my collection anyway, so I spent $300 on that pack, I think. Now I've got a pack pulled one by a friend, Gary. And then the channel and the doppelganger, that was like a $6,500 spend on those to start my beta collection. It's going to be an expensive collection anyways. So to jumpstart it with a $6,500 purchase, it's more expensive than if I had just bought the singles. Always buy the singles if you want to get cards. Don't buy into box breaks. But yeah, I went the gambler's route, and again, good pulls, but still lost money. So that's just fun little video I wanted to make. I wanted to recap for myself. I wanted to remind myself how much I've spent on box breaks, given that this new Logan Paul one just went up on Golden. I'm trying my best to avoid it. Hopefully people will bid them high so that I don't cave. But yeah, let me know if you bought into any box breaks ever. Let me know if you've ever gone 3 for 3 on hollows or better. Not too many people can say that they pack pulled themselves a base first edition hollow, especially in 2021. Not too many people have had the pleasure of base Shadowless Charizard pulling that themselves. So great experiences. I don't regret making those purchases, but I definitely intend on making less of them in the future. So yeah, just wanted to make this video. I appreciate everyone who watched. I will catch you all later.